Leo, my friend, Gary. Good evening, fellas. Give me one moment here. All right, blah, blah, blah. That's okay. Don't switch, that's fine. Beautiful. SpongeBob, Gary. Got it, got it. Give me one moment here. All right, I need to configure something. Give me one moment here. What did I want to do? Yeah, so let me just scene, yeah, next scene, Streamlabs desktop scene. Yeah, exactly. Why is this crap keeps like, please launch Streamlabs? Oh no, fuck that. OBS previous scene switcher. Okay, full camera. I don't know why this gets messed up every time. Can I do this and that? Yeah, I can. Starting soon. Be right back. Oops. Chatting, and then give me 1 second just to give it a shot. All right, great. So we have that now. We're main. Good evening, everybody. I hope you're having a good weekend. Let me just do a few things here. I wanted to test with you. All right, guys. So I kind of want to make this stream over time a bit more fun, but not childish, but just fun. So I'm trying out a few other tools, and one of them is this voice changer. Yeah, I do see them. Yes. So wait a minute. Did I change my voice now when I'm talking? Can you see me can you hear me like differently now? I guess you can hear me differently. No. No, okay. What the fuck? Where is that crap? Why is this not opening? Ah, here it is. All right, so now you should be able to hear me differently, right? Now you should be able to hear me like this, right? Like narrator, right? No, not yet. Okay. Strange. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, well, at this point, I was thinking that you still default. Okay, wow. Background effects, voice changer. Give me 1 second. Give me one moment. Properties. Ah, I see. Microphone, voice mode, virtual.
Tell audio device. All right. So now you should hear me differently, right? Now you should hear me differently, right? And now you should hear me. Can you do that? Having words. All right, DJ. Okay. I'll get rid of it. Select voice, clean, and magic chords. Okay.
Let's try this. Magic chords. What is this doing? Custom pitch. Magic chords, custom pitch. Making it sound musical, and then we have custom pitch. I see. All right. All right. Screw that for now. But it's just a good. And now you should hear me normally, right? So right now it's normal, right? So right now you should hear me completely clean, right? Shady. Good evening, buddy. Yeah. I mean, I just have some ideas eventually, but now it's clean, right? Now it's normal, right? I see. Okay. Give me one moment here. I'm just gonna fix this up and then we start on hacking today. Microphone, NVIDIA broadcast. Yeah, okay, great. You were only once here before. Fair enough. I see. Browser, backend, front, and what? Really? Okay. Let me just close that. Let me close that. Front end. Okay, I can close this, I assume, as well. Okay, this is indeed front and back end, and then we have this. There's the stack for you right there. Okay, let's see. So we have that, and we have that. Cool. Yeah, it's very clean. Exactly. All right, let me do one thing. So this is our internal API we wrote. Okay, so we're gonna kind of get back to Programmer Network and kind of continue building building features and stuff like that. Let's just go through this, what we didn't commit yet. I mean, you have to start somewhere, right? So it's fine that you haven't heard about them. That doesn't mean anything, right? None of that is rocket science. You can learn it all if you wish, right? But you have to start somewhere. That's like saying I haven't heard about any of the medicine or medical terms. Well, of course you didn't. You haven't studied it. How are you gonna hear about it, right? Yeah, that's fine as well. That's perfectly fine, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna do one thing. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna show my pretty face here because I have to generate. I have to generate a hash of some kind. Gonna copy that. I'm just gonna do one thing. I need to create environmental variable, and I can't have you see it, unfortunately. And secrets and variables, actions, variables, secrets. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna answer that question in a moment. I just need to do one thing. Secrets and variables, actions. Yes, beautiful. New repository, secrets. We're gonna do this. And then I'm gonna share my screen in a second. So internal API secret, yes. Absolutely, just give me a sec. All right, never mind. Internal API. Okay, great. Let me just see. Did I do it? Yes. Let's move back to the main screen. So what specs computer do you need? I mean, there's really no specific specs that you need. Obviously, the better computer you can have, the better, right? Clearly. Let me just try one thing because those lights are kind of killing me, honestly. Yeah, it's a bit too dark right now, I think. Give me 1 second. So there isn't really minimum specs or maximum specs. So the better computer you can get, obviously you want to get it. But any decent laptop that you get is fine, especially, right? You focus on the CPU and memory, especially, yes. Of course, if you want to do some machine learning and AI, then having a good GPU obviously is very useful. But if you don't care about that, then yeah. So get as many cores as you can and as much memory as you can. Minimum 16 gigs of RAM. That should be your minimum. I mean, you probably want to get a laptop for studies. If we're talking about university here, right? Then you probably shit. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Are you kidding me? Anton, my friend, good evening. Just give me 1 second. Just need to focus here for a moment. Let's see if our actions are still working. We haven't deployed anything in 2 months. Wow. Okay. Has it been that long? There's no such thing as overkill when it comes to. There's no such thing as an overkill. Like any computer you can get. Uh, I'm not sure what do you mean. If you mean the background, Leo, is because I get the board of the same background. But apart from that, what else did I change? What other change did we make? Reps, my friend, what's up? All right, let's see. It's been a while. I wonder if my database backup action is actually. There's no stupid questions, man, at all. Any question is good. I usually stream at 9 p.m. Copenhagen time. So basically, I usually start 20 minutes since now from in the past, basically. So this is kind of the time. And I usually stream almost every evening unless I have something better to do. Then I don't. Yes, I live in Copenhagen. That's correct, yes. Okay. Did we actually start the Docker containers? Let's see. We did. Okay, great. Okay, let's hopefully this is gonna work. Yeah, fuck, it's okay, good. So our token is still valid. Copied, blah blah blah. So our backup is still working. It's been a while, right, since we it's been a while since we deployed. I've been on vacation and stuff, right? So you can see that if we go to programmer network, if we go here, if we go R clone, backups, yeah, we just did a backup. Beautiful. So our database is backed up. That's perfect. Okay, let's see. Deploying to Hetzner. Is this still okay? Is the question. Let's see. Shit, maybe it will not be. Let's see, did it fail? Yeah, I think it failed, and I know why. I think we forgot to do one thing. I think we're missing an env, most likely. Yeah. Yeah, I think we messed it up. It's fine. Let's fix it. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, exactly. So it will not work. Give me 1 second. I'll solve that right now. But I believe the reason why we failed is because we forgot to add the environmental variable one of the projects, right? So I think it is this fella over here, right? Yeah. Yes, I think it's this one. Yeah. Is this really the only place though? I suspect so. Wait, let me remind myself. It's been a while. What project is this? This is front end, so we don't care about that. Where do we have this fella? We have it here. That's fine. Where else? Ah, shit, this is where we missed adding it. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Yes, it's okay. Yep. I think that's kind of what we missed most likely. Yeah. Yeah. But then we also had, where was the other guy? Yeah, we had this fella, right? I'm sorry, this is just some infrastructural type of changes that we forgot to include this new token now that we have. So we kind of need to do that. And I'm gonna actually just do one thing. Cool. So we'll see now, and then we can get to the questions. I just need to fix this because we just, yeah, our production is down past 5 minutes. Let's make sure we fix that, and then we can talk. Where did you learn the most coding? I've learned the most coding at the place where most other professions learn their professions, by doing, right? So there's no profession out there that you become good at university. University is something where you learn the absolute basics. You pretty much suck ass out of university, no matter what you study. And everything else that you learn by doing, by working with people, by working on projects. If you're a doctor, by working on patients, and God help those that are first of yours, because you have to learn on them. No matter what, I mean, you cannot, I mean, universities are always have been a place that to give you some general idea of something, to teach you how to learn. But fundamentally, I mean, you learn the job by doing. It's like, you can go to a theoretical tennis school, but until you take the racket and learn to play the tennis, then that's not going to help you much, right? So don't have high expectations of your university, because, okay, we're back, because your university in that sense is irrelevant completely, right? Completely. In simple words, once you finish your school, just be aware that you're worth nothing almost, and that you know nothing. Any other expectation that you impose is going to be only bad for you, because nobody cares, no employee cares if you studied or not. They care what value can you bring to the team. So you can study on MIT and still be completely useless, and you will be useless, in fact, probably. So that's the reality. That's how it is, unfortunately. Yep. Be humble when you finish school. Don't pretend that you know something, because you will not know it, and everything's going to come and fit nicely. That's the most fundamental lesson I can give you, if I may call it a lesson. Just don't act like you know something. You don't. Poji, good evening, buddy. Good evening. It's been a while. Indeed, I haven't been active past month, honestly. But yeah, I'm back. I'll be back. Beautiful. I mean, stay humble in life in general. I mean, there's no time in life where one shouldn't be humble, but especially when you finish school, you're going to be a liability before you become an asset, right? Because when you're a junior, somebody has to mentor you, somebody has to guide you, somebody has to maintain you, right? And that costs someone's time, and which translates to money, right? So when you finish school, don't feel too overpowered, because you know what? Probably 4 billion other people, or 6, also finished school. So finishing school is implicit thing. It's not something that anyone that makes someone special. Anyone who goes to school, they finish the school, right? So it's not something that we carry around like some sort of a, right? Confidence has to be supported by something, right? If you can justify your confidence by skills, then absolutely. You cannot be confident if you're useless. That makes no sense. That's called being stupid, right? Only a stupid person that is overconfident without any justification can be over, right? Leo, that's different, right? That's different. Many people who were self-taught, they're gonna just go to school to get a diploma, right? because for whatever reason, right? They maybe need it for some reason, right? What is this PR? Oh, I see. Okay, fuck, we need to actually get back to this. Yeah. You're only worth how much you know, really, and how much you're able to prove that you're worth, right? Everything else is just your own self evaluation, some sort of a desire or wish to be more worth than maybe, right? So one is worth to the amount that they're able to sell themselves, right? So if you think that you're worth more, well, then sell yourself for more. I mean, it's literally that simple. If you think you're worth more, then get more, right? If you can sell your couch for 10,000 euros and not 300 euros, do it. I mean, there's only one tiny problem. You have to find someone who's going to pay for it, right? Exactly, Leo. Exactly. 100%. That's literally why. Exactly. Yes. 100%. 100%. Give me 1 second, just changing some music. Where's the album, man? Jesus Christ. All right, let me just take a look at this. Yeah, beautiful. Is this still working? Okay, it is. We're still up. Great. Okay. So that's good. That's all amazing and great. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, there was one bug, right? Little Leon. Hey man. That's not what I actually wanted, but that's amazing. Okay, good. So there's one thing that I noticed. Let's actually run our stuff. It's been a while since we actually wrote some actual code. Because we've been building that microservice since I came back from vacation, right? So, incorrect. DT code. Good evening, buddy. How is life? How are you? All right. So there's one thing. With a. Give me 1 second. There's basically one issue that I saw. One of you reported a couple of days ago that you're having an issue uploading an avatar, and actually that's only partially true. Yes, if we have some validation issue with the avatar basically right now, is that if the avatar is too big, you're getting 413, I think, error. Let me actually try to reproduce that. So if I try to upload an avatar now, which is too big, the error that we get is the actual 413. We're getting some strange status code. So let's fix that. Should be pretty easy to fix, but we can see that, yeah, let's try again. Yeah, error uploading file, right? And we can see that, yeah. But if I go ahead, right, and choose an actual smaller image, well, where can I find one is the question. Yeah, here it is, maybe this one. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? So let's play one game. Hey man, how are you doing? Upload image, yeah. Is it this one? Upload, no. Yeah, so it's this one. Yeah, so this is the controller, right? So chocolate festival, nice man. I didn't know that such festival exists. All right, so let's debug this. Let's fix this. Chica, my friend, good evening. Thank you for coming, man. Good to have you here. Okay, let's choose an image that's too big, right? And let's try to reproduce this locally. Yeah, so for some reason in production we're actually not getting this, right? The size of an avatar must not exceed 100 kilobytes. So that's correct, right? Whatsoever. Why are we getting why is that not properly working in production, right? So we have this discrepancy now between a localhost and production, right? So let's see that again. So what the hell are we getting here now? Janice, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're getting 413, right? But we're not really getting anything reasonable. It's not, well, it's obviously a server problem, yes. Okay, yeah. All right, let's take a look at our implementation here. So let's go back to localhost, right, as well. Try that again. Yeah, so we're getting the 413, right? And that's great. So I see a reply, send error. So we are in fact getting this 400, right? And that's okay. And I have your pronounced, I've installed. Very good, very good. You must. It's an absolute must. It's the only platform you should actually have. And of course, you should have Programmer Network, of course. So yeah, so we're actually, so let's try again. So what is the discrepancy between those two environments right now, right? Like why is our API, unless I'm doing something, let me take a look at my Prometheus and Grafana, right? I'm just gonna take a look at my logs very quickly here. So if I take a look at the logs, are we actually getting, let's say last 5 minutes, and let's say do this, but we're not even logging that at all, which is super strange, right? So let's try this in production again, right? But I can see that, yeah, so that's the problem, yeah. So let's go to setup decorators and let's go to send error decorator, right? It's this one, right? Okay, that's super strange, right? So send error, so for some reason, so it seems to me that when the error is thrown in the API in production, it's not of this type, right? So we actually don't get here. But if that was actually the case, so no, so it's something else most likely. So wait, is everything here in the try and catch? It is, right? So that's correct. So we should always technically end up here, right? But we don't, right? So let's see what does it happen in production. So we get, yeah, so the request is terminated instantly, right? So the request is instantly terminated. So we don't actually get to that point at all. No, this has nothing to do with course, no. So the request is terminated probably by some multi-part crap or something. Ah, no, shit, I actually know. So if I go actually over here, right, I think, so here for the Fastify instance, right, this is where we configure the actual Fastify, right? Shit, give me a second. Didn't we have the limit somewhere? I think we did, right? Shit. Wait, let's read the docs. Yeah, but this is not even the multi-part, 100% not. So we don't actually even get to the point of that controller. So the process itself terminates that thing, right, already. So that's the problem, right? So throw file size limit, yeah, that's okay, right? And here we could technically set some limit, global limit, right? But that's not the problem, I think. Fastify request size limit. There was like, yeah, exactly, right? There was some limit for sure before, right? New Fastify adapter, fuck that. No, that's not correct. Let's ask the robot. So my Fastify instance terminates the request if a certain size is exceeded. Where can I increase that limit? I don't remember. 25 gold. Good evening, buddy. I don't remember where it was, but 100% there is one. 100%. Yeah, there it is. It's called body limit, right? Shit. So the fundamental question here is do I want to do this, right? And why? Yeah, fuck. Actually, that's super strange, right? So didn't we implement some sort of compression algorithm in our front end? I think, don't I have in the front end something like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, right? It's called like, wait, file something, right? It's been a while. File. Yeah, how did we call it, man? Let's go to dashboard. I'm pretty sure we did. Wait, let me find it. Didn't we like implement some compression of those images? So when you choose an image, we compress it and then we try to upload it, right? So that's super awkward. Let's see. So let's go to components, core, image crop. Is it this one? No, it's... Obi, my friend, good evening. Compress image, yeah, so here it is. Image input, yeah, image input, yes. So where is it? Compress image, yeah. So this is width, quality 09, yeah. Yeah, that's super awkward, right? So we do have the image compression. So why is this not compressing it? Or maybe it's still not compressing it enough. Yeah, but that's super hard to believe. Okay. Yeah, so now we're getting that it's greater. Yeah. Yeah, now we're getting the exceed thing. How big is this image? It's like 2 megabytes, okay? So basically, yeah, this 413 is happening because our API, our Fastify, right? The instance itself, here we would need to increase the body limit to something, right? Like to, I don't know, 10 megabytes or whatever, approximately, right? Lubasek, good evening, buddy. But I don't want to do this, right? I mean, we should never be uploading more than whatever, a few hundred kilobytes at max. So I don't want to do that now. What? So it's not some looseless thing. It's just give me 1 second. It's not a looseless algorithm at all. It's I don't actually know. I don't remember what I did. Where is it? Compress image. So it seems basically I'm just using the canvas, scaling down the image, reducing the quality of it. So where do we use the quality? So we say canvas to data URL. So this is probably something most likely was generated by ChatGPT in one of the streams before, right? So we basically just scale down the image, right? Now the question is, should we like change the quality down even more? I don't actually know. Let me just take a look at one thing, Fastify. What is the default body limit? So the default one is 1 megabyte, right? All right, let's do one thing. Wait, what is this? So, yeah, this is in bytes, in fact. Shit, I don't know if I should be increasing this, to be very frank with you. It could be a bit... All right, let's take a look at that. Where's my API over here, right? JD JDE, thank you very much, buddy, for the follow. Hope you're having a good time, man. Numinix, my friend. Good evening, dude. How you doing? How's life? Let's see if that's gonna fix it. Shit, man. Ah, but that's infrastructure in a nutshell, right? It's just it's just writing random configuration in places until it works, pretty much. One thing that kind of worries me here now. So basically, right? So basically, one thing that I didn't, so you can see that in our API logs in my Grafana and Prometheus, right, we didn't see this body limit issue, right? So let's see why is the Pino, why is the default Fastify's logger isn't really logging this, right, by default, because defines the maximum payload in bytes, the server is allowed to accept the default body. Yeah, that kind of sucks, right, because yeah, that sucks ass, right? So why didn't we capture that and log it? Let's actually take a look at our error handler, right? So why didn't we actually log that? So it seems that when that exception is thrown, the Fastify somehow just... So wait, let me ask the robot. Numinex is a favorite. So it seems that when Fastify throws this error and terminates the request, Pino is not logging it anywhere. Yeah, so the request is terminated early in the life cycle, even before it hits your custom hooks or routes when you normally handle errors. One way to handle this situation is by using custom error handler for your Fastify instance. Okay, let's just we'll use. You can extend this to include additional metadata or other logging. Ah, we got rated. Let's shout out. How do we shout out this? I don't know how to use Twitch. Shout out. There we go. Did I do it right? There we go. There we go. Good evening, everybody. In this setup, Fastify log error will use... Okay, so but what did we do different here? Yeah, interesting. Let's give it. Let me give it my own instance, right? Let me give it. Let me give it my own shit. Come on, man. What is happening? Yeah. Let's kind of do this. Yeah, so that's the problem, right? So the problem is that this gets terminated so early that it never even reaches the error handler, right? It was never kind of propagated down to. So it's okay, right? It doesn't really matter. It just kind of sucks. Why would they make that decision? And how could we solve it? I wonder if we should ask. Okay, let's actually do one thing. So let's go to Fastify and let's ask them this question, right? So Fastify, GitHub, thank you very much for Solar for the follow. So let's get over here. Let's go to pull request issues, or let's maybe go to discussions. Let's do this, right? And let's say, how do I log? How do I log messages? How do I log? How should we ask this? How do I log? It's not logged by Pino. Let's just directly tag Matteo. He's creator of Fastify. I've just noticed that when is thrown, Pino is not logging it at all. I assume that the request is terminated somewhere, sometimes really early, hence it never reaches my custom error handler. Is there a way to somehow manage this, as I'd like those logs in my Grafana, and if not, is there something I can do to contribute to Fastify and implement this? Give me 1 second. He's gonna answer 100%. I mean, I spoke to him several times already. Of course he's gonna answer. He's very active. He's very active. I already spoke to him, several times. Last time when we built that Fastify extension ourselves, you remember we did that. If I go to my npm account, you remember that we did that. This is not the one. You remember that we did this thing. So I had a discussion about this is the stuff we did in the stream, right? So we did a discussion about this with him, and also several other things. All right, if you guys can just bump it up, I would appreciate it. Just click this arrow here if you're logged in. Just bump it up. Don't be lazy. Beautiful. Okay. If we go to programmer network, is this still up? It is. What did I do? Oh yeah. So if I go to production now, and we have increased that limit significantly, and I'm not happy about that, honestly. But I just want to see if that kind of works now. No, still same shit. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, so I don't know if this actually even worked, to be very frank with you. Ah, shit, man, that's why. Because I'm an idiot. I put it inside of the logger. Jesus Christ, man. You could make it so we can log into Program Network using Discord. Yeah, we could add that strategy for sure. What the fuck did I just commit? Jesus Christ, man, come on. Remove that issue. Why? Why would I remove the issue? Did any of the lazy? Okay, 6 up. Beautiful. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, that's great. Let's wait for that to happen. Hopefully, he's going to respond to this because I think it would be actually nice that we can. Sounds good, Chica Man. I love you, dude. Hopefully, he can answer to this because I want to see this in my logs when it happens. I don't know how many people are experiencing this, right? And it kind of sucks that we can't see it. Yeah, give me 1 second. Where to find well-funded? LinkedIn, obviously. LinkedIn, Stack Overflow jobs. But LinkedIn is your best bet. But you can also go here. Obviously, LinkedIn, right? But LinkedIn is your best bet, right? And of course, meetups and being active, networking and stuff. Then it's going to be hard. Then it's going to be hard. Then it's going to be very hard. Yeah. Should you not do it? Of course, you should still do it, of course, but it's going to be harder, right? Because generally, students are not really paid by companies. They're paid a bit by the country. But in simple words, apply for free. Just apply for free. You basically have to work for free in most cases. And of course, it's not for free. Somebody is going to have to mentor you, so the company is going to still have to pay you. But your best bet for now would be to just try get anything, right? I guess you're studying, so you're already good. You're well off. You have place to live. You have the food on your table. So try to get something, right? It's normal, yes. It's normal to be ghosted. It's the most normal thing, yes. I mean, it's not normal. Not. I mean, it's common. That's never going to be normal, but it's common, yes. Again, I can't stress this enough. If you're super young, if you're junior, your main concern at that point in life should be getting some experience. Your core and the absolute essence of what you're doing should be finding somewhere to work, right? So in simple words, you can't expect a lot of money because you know nothing. You didn't even finish the school. Even if you did, you still suck, right? So you can't demand too much. So it will come. You just have to understand what your priorities should be. And your priorities should be actually just infiltrating yourself somewhere for the time being. And then as the time goes, of course, you're going to be paid. And of course, but just set realistic expectations. That's all I'm saying, right? Don't expect that you're going to finish school and somebody's going to pay you 10 grand, right? And it's also good to take those shitty jobs as well, like McDonald's, right? You can't know what a good job is until you have a bad one. And I guess the same logic applies in everything else in life. In order to truly appreciate what you have, you kind of need to see the other side of things as well. Shit, I didn't, never mind. So it still doesn't work, so I don't fucking know why, man. I don't genuinely know why. We're still getting, okay, well now at least we're 100% we are. As there's a saying in the Balkans, there's a very old saying, I don't know if it's from the Balkans or whatever, but it goes something like, if you don't have any problems, put a rock in your shoe. Put a rock in your shoe just to remind you how it is, you know, how it is when there is, you know, annoyances and pain. So, you know, have to be aware of that shit. Yeah. Okay, so what the fuck is happening with that? I don't get it. That seems like a painful one. Let me just take a look once again to... Oh, wow, wait a minute. Never mind, that's not it. World first problems. How did you land your first job? Could share the experience. I mean, I've been working since 2008, right? So it's been a very long time. My first job was not an IT job. My first job in 2007, I believe, was I worked in a music store. I just finished high school. And then a year later, in 2008, I was contacted by some older fella. They heard about me in the town where I lived. I knew some Cisco. I knew some networking and stuff. Then I started working as a Cisco engineer in 2008. I worked there for 2 years. Then I basically went and wrote software for other companies. How that happened? Very randomly. I was since very early age doing into computers a lot, and I didn't apply for that first job. I was just contacted by someone. Exactly. I mean, money comes as your worth increases, right? It's a simple logic. I mean, one doesn't have to be smart to understand this. If you're worth something, you'll be paid. If you're not, you will not be paid. It's that simple. I mean, please don't, right? Let's be real here, right? If something is worth, you pay for it. You buy the fucking iPhone and you pay 1,000 euros for it because it has value to you. You think that 1,000 euros for that phone is valuable. So if somebody pays you 10,000 a month, you're valuable that much. If somebody doesn't want to pay you anything, then you're not worth anything, right? It's that simple, right? So that's why I say you have to be realistic. You cannot ask for something that's unreasonable. It's just fucking stupid, you know. It's like selling an iPhone for 10,000 euros, right? Or a million, right? It's so simple. What is the difference between connecting and following someone on LinkedIn? When you follow them, basically, you can't message them and stuff. When you connect with them, you can use chat and stuff like that. Talk to them. And also, there's another difference, right? When you're part of someone's network, then the LinkedIn algorithm suggests you to the whole network. That's why it's important that you don't saturate your network with, I don't know, shit tons of people from Pakistan or something like that. Those people who randomly add you, not because people from Pakistan are bad. It's because you don't know who the fuck they are. So now you have accepted shit tons of friend requests, and now the LinkedIn algorithm is suggesting you someone from, you know, fucking forest from China, right? Or something like that. You get what I mean? So, you know, that's why you have to also be careful who you accept on LinkedIn, because more people you don't know or right? You shouldn't know unless yeah, you should try to think about how those algorithms work, right? All of those algorithms on Google, Facebook, on Programmer Network. One day you have a John is a friend of Doe. Doe likes programming. So Mary, who also likes programming, should probably connect with Doe as well, or whatever, right? You get what I mean, right? So it's like all of those graph databases are just graphs, right? So they're just like you have a node here, you have a node here. You have those vertices, as they're called, between them, and those vertices are connections that describe them, right? So this connection says, John and Doe are friends, right? Or no, this vertice has something, and then this is, so those connections are described somehow. And then when you're writing those algorithms for social networks, you write them in such a way where you say, suggest a user to this based if they blah blah blah, right? Actually, I don't accept people that I don't know, or people that are at least not from the same area, right? So, I do accept you guys when you add me to LinkedIn, because you guys kind of follow me here and we talk, right? So this guy most likely saw me on LinkedIn, right? So sorry, he saw my stream. But you can see he's also engineer, right? And he also has some connections that I have. So I know this, right? So this guy, right, has some people that I actually know, right? So I'm gonna accept this guy, right? But then you see this guy is from I don't know from where, right? God fucking knows where, right? If I click him, he's from India, right? And I have no connections, no related connections to him, right? Zero, right? Zero connections. He was probably never in Europe in his whole life, and that's a no, right? I don't know who you are, right? Same with this, like, who the hell is this, right? Copenhagen, sure, right? Sure, Copenhagen, machine learning newbie, yeah, why not? Let's go. Amir, who is Amir? Let's see, right? Just to give you an idea, right? London, England, Amir, Bachelor of Science, Computer Science, probably found me via stream, right? Via this stream, right? No. This guy wants to sell me something, right? This fucking guy wants to sell me some shit, right? You see this crap. This guy wants to sell me some crap that I don't want, right? So ignore, right? So that's how it works, right? That's how it works, right? Should I just ignore 25 gold? 25 gold. Just kidding, buddy. Just kidding, man. But yeah, that's how it works, man. That's how it works. At least for me. That's how it works, at least for me. Yeah, exactly, Leo. Exactly. That's pretty much what they do. Yes. That's called, cold selling or whatever, right? And it's the most annoying thing that there is, right? Okay, great. Fuck that. Okay, yeah, that's great. Okay, so let's go to our GitHub now. And where were we? So before I went for vacation, right, we've been doing this fella over here, right? So we're going to have some merge conflicts now. Let's git rebase origin master. And let's solve the merge conflicts, right? I don't know why it does that. It's so fucking annoying sometimes. Did we manage to resolve it? No, no, I mean, the thing is, right, there's no, I mean, it's a business world. Like LinkedIn is a business network, right? You should only do what benefits you. You should only do what truly actually benefits you, right? Professionally, right? There's really no feelings about it, right? Who cares, right? So just do what yeah benefits you. That's really all that there is. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Fucking Christ, man. Why would I use RPC? What would that solve for me? All right, beautiful. What is wrong with HTTP? Okay, great. So that's good. Let me just check one thing. Did we have a meetup PR for the front end? Yeah, we did. Beautiful. I mean, imagine that you and I are colleagues, right? So let's imagine you and I are colleagues at work, and you come to me and say, "Hey, Alex, let's use RPC," and I say, "Why?" I mean, you have to sell it to me, not vice versa. So I'm asking you, sell RPC to me now. Why would I use that? First, I don't have a problem with HTTP. So I would be solving the problem that I don't have. But let's imagine I have it. What exactly would RPC solve? You have to sell that feature to me now, not vice versa, right? Okay, we're actually already there. Do you understand what I mean? So you have to sell that to me, not vice versa, right? And that what you wrote is not sufficient, right? More specific requests, what does that mean? I don't understand what that means. I mean, this whole platform has been built in this stream, right? And I've been streaming for around a year, I think, or so. And as you can see, I mean, this stream is not. I think this stream is not only me building this platform, it's also answering your questions. You know, sometimes we just talk the whole stream if people have a lot of questions, right? Again, if you ever want other developers to be on board with your own technical solution, you need to be the one to sell it to them, not vice versa. And you have to understand one fundamental thing: mostly nobody cares. So if you want to make a change, you have to persuade others why that change is needed, right? So questions such as why are you not using RPC should be rather reversed and saying, you know, because of this problem and because of that, I think you should be using this, right? Because such questions can be answered. Why are you not writing your backend in Haskell or Clojure, right? It's those questions have no weight, right? Because you can ask such question in every domain. Why are you not using Neo4j? Why are you not using Go for your API, right? So you can ask those questions indefinitely, right? Relative to any technology, right? So the better question is, why would I use it, right? All right. Why are you not writing your CSS in assembly? Wouldn't that be great? How smart would people think I am? Look at that nerd. Look at that sweaty basement dweller. He's writing CSS in assembly. Yes, it took him around 12 years to write to center an element, but it was worth it. He can go and tell everybody. There's another great question by Numinix. I think it's a great one. What did I want to do? Shut up, guys. Fucking annoying bastards. Does anyone remember? Weren't we building a meetup before? Yeah, didn't we have like meetups? Yes, we did have meetups. Yeah, this is the feature we started building, right? Yeah. So this is where we've been, right? Last time, I think. Wait. No, what was it? Create a meetup. Let's find this crap. All right, so that's where we were, right? No. So basically, I'm restarting my JavaScript to meet up here in Copenhagen, right? So hear this idea out, right? So I need to find ways to get the developers on Programmer Network, but of course, even more importantly, I need to find the ways to keep them there, right? To keep them engaged. So one thing that we're building now is meetup.com kind of feature into Programmer Network. So we're building something this just incorporated in our own network. So maybe next month or the month after, I'm going to restart my JavaScript meetup here in Copenhagen, and then I'm going to kind of be asking people to sign up for the event. It's going to be a physical event I'm going to be organizing in Dream Data offices here in a city center in Copenhagen. So I want to basically, so this is why we're building it. We're building it because, well, it's on our roadmap, right? If I log out, right, you can see that meetups are actually somewhere here, right? And also, of course, because I want to get the people to sign up more, right? So I want to see this list getting bigger, and I want to see people coming back, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to organize a JavaScript meetup, but when they all come there, I'm going to actually tell them it's a super low level assembly meetup. And if they don't write assembly, that they can just fuck off. That's the plan. I think they're going to like it. You know, Numinex is out. Before Corona, me and Elvis, a friend of mine, he might be watching sometimes here. He was my ex-tech lead of mine, maybe 6-7 years ago. I used to go to meetups almost weekly, right? There's a lot of meetups here in Copenhagen, right? If you go to meetup.com and you say, for example, Copenhagen, right? And you say, I don't know, React, for example, right? Okay, well, that's not a very smart search, is it? But you can see Copenhagen TypeScript. So there's one coming on September. Oh, by the way, guys, so on 13th of September, I'm going to Tech Barbecue here in Copenhagen. So I'm actually gonna stream. So on 13th, I'm gonna be here. On 19th, I'm going to be in Stockholm on the Google conference. So write those dates down. So on 13th and 14th, I'm not going to stream. I'm going to be on a Copenhagen Tech Barbecue. And then on 19th of this month, I'll be in Stockholm. I'll be attending the Google conference. So those probably 18th, 19th, and I'm gonna stream, and I'm gonna actually hook into the stream from this when is this? Next week, basically. So just FYI, in 3 days, I'm gonna kind of stream a bit from this event. So hopefully some of you guys are gonna be here, but it's gonna be fun. Gonna take some pictures for you folks and stuff like that. And then on 19th, I think on 19th, I'm actually going to be in Stockholm. Let me see. I don't actually remember. I think it's night. We're going by train. We're going by train here from. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to this Google Summit. Yeah. So we're going on 19th and then the conference. So I'm gonna be basically not streaming on 19th, 20th, probably 21. But anyway, if any of you are living in Stockholm and you want to meet for some beer or whatever, I'll be there then. And we're going by train, so that's gonna be cool. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a native Dane, right? So I don't speak perfect Danish neither. So I speak English at work, right? So Danish is not really required for Copenhagen, right? So pretty easy, I would say. Yeah, you can see. So you see Matteo. So this guy is creator of Fastify. So you can see that he already responded, right? So he already responded. Matteo is great. I mean, this is the. I think I follow 2 people on my GitHub. It's him. No, I follow 3. Well, I follow 2 people. Him, and I follow Adi Osmani, basically, pretty much. Yeah, this guy's good. I respect this guy a lot. This guy is good. He does a lot of open source. You can see nodejs, Fastify, Pino. He wrote Pino. This is one of the fastest loggers out there, written in C++, I believe. I mean, if I would find his stream, I would definitely watch it. Can you find me the link? I would definitely watch this guy. I would definitely watch this guy for sure. Here he is. Yep. Guys, if you want, let's follow this fella. This guy is really good. So this guy is. If you like my content, and most of you do, considering you've been watching me for a long time, you're gonna love this guy's content. So follow this guy. He's pretty good, actually. Very good. Very good. Very good. Shout out. Okay. Jesus Christ, man. Why do I suck at Twitch so much? Okay. Wait a minute. Trying to do it. Yeah, there we go. So follow that guy. That guy is really good. That guy is really good. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to answer this. I don't have the time now, so I'll just ignore that for now. So yeah, I'm on 13th and 14th. I'm not going to be streaming. I'll be on the Tech Barbecue here in Copenhagen. So just FYI. All right, cool. 12th of September. Great, great, beautiful. So this is the kind of API that we wrote before I went for vacation, right? So we wrote this stuff for the meetups, right? And then I think the last thing we did in the front end, we kind of messed with the front end. We started building the actual UI for it, right? And then this is kind of where we got this. We just started putting some placeholders and stuff like that, blah blah blah, right? And then this is kind of yeah. When you get here, create meetup, then I guess we're going to show a list of meetups, blah, blah. So this is all just kind of placeholder for now. And then I believe in Postman, I believe that we did test most of the endpoints. So as you can see, create a meetup. Yeah, exactly. Create a meetup, update a meetup. So we did kind of test them all. What's up here other than nothing other than good music, honestly. Not much, man, not much. What can I say? Stack, project, websites. That kind of nails it, narrows it down. All right, so I guess what we could do. And then here we have the get, so we have this stuff. Are we actually fetching that when we get to this page? I guess we are. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Asshole. It's a good one. It's a good one for sure. All right. So let's add more placeholders. So let's kind of, I'm so happy we're back to building features for Programmer Network, man. I kind of miss it. I missed it. Ah, okay, so we already did some crap here. Got it, got it. Okay. Let's actually go to our Postman because we don't have a form yet. Let's go and create a meetup, right? So create a meetup. And I suppose we're missing some sort of a token, JSON Web Token. Yeah, so let's go and grab our JSON Web Token from the cookies, from the, Jesus Christ, where is it? Oh shit, this is response headers. We need request headers. And let's say Programmer Network JVT. I'm gonna copy that stuff. I'm gonna, okay, so this is, some of you guys are probably too weak for this type of songs, so I'm gonna change that. I don't want some of you guys to cry and feel attacked. You know, some of you are just snowflakes for sure, and I don't wanna hurt your little feelings and stuff like that. Okay, so right, fucking little snowflakes, bitches. Look at them, they're crying. Oh, Alex, that's too loud for me. Oh, can you put the volume down? I'm not used to loud music. Fucking bitch. Okay. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. That's how it is. All right. Do I have to save that? I have to save that. All right. Can you put the volume down? Invalid or missing token. Please authenticate. What? Are you kidding me, bro? Ah, I see. All right. So we create one meetup, right? We refresh this thing. And beautiful. Was so quiet evening and I needed a break, so I had to look some unusual. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. How beautiful. So we did in fact create this sub view. Okay, because you know, since I went on vacation, I forgot. Okay, so we do have a, I see. So that's where we kind of stopped before I went, right? So we have a, so basically now we are, so if we go to meetup.com, which is kind of a feature we are replicating and incorporating here in a Programmer Network, right? So now we're building this sort of page, a page of a meetup, and then let me just zoom into oblivion. There's around 3 pixels of padding that are killing me right now. But screw that, right? What did I want to do? What did I want to do? What did I want to do? All right. Okay. So interesting. Oh my God, man. How many of those pop-ups can you have? Like, how many will they smack in your face, dude? Oh, what? What? Oh, this is the response. I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah, I know that it can, but I don't need it in the VS Code. I need it in the Postman inside of VS Code, so it's the same crap, right? But you're absolutely right that we can just say lorem, right? But you can see it needs to be in a file with an extension and stuff like that, right? All right. All right. All right. Um, yeah, so that's kind of where we stopped last time, and that's great actually. So I didn't know actually that we got to that point, so that's good. So couple of streams from now, we should be able to finish this feature. Honestly, I actually did build a VS Code extension maybe 7 or 8 years ago. When fuck do I have that repo yet? So when I was working at Airtame, right, we used this system called Garrett, right, and this Garrett thing is a system developed by Google, which is basically what you use for any Git type of you use it for CRs, for code reviews, right? And in simple words, you have your code here, then there's a Garrett here, and then there's some repository like GitHub or whatever, or GitLab or Bitbucket here, right? So you basically push things here, and then eventually they're stored, right? So I think maybe 7 years ago, I got sick of needing to go always to Garrett to leave the CRs. So I actually built a VS Code extension where I could do this crap in VS Code, basically. So pretty much what you can do today, I don't actually remember where that code is. Was it the property of the company, or was it? But that was a fun project, spawning, because I mean, VS Code is just a Chromium runtime. It's like Electron, right? So you just spawn windows and you position them relative to something. It's just like just web development as well. But I miss Garrett. And Garrett is probably one of the things that you either hate it or love it. But I miss Garrett because it kind of extended the capabilities of Git so much. But yeah, a lot of my colleagues hated it a lot, and I actually didn't. I loved it a lot, but that's what it is. That's how it is. Okay, so what do those guys have? They have attendees, so who is attending the meetup? But this is the event, so this is not the meetup, I guess. Wait a minute, is this a meetup? Because attendees are attending the event of the meetup, not the meetup itself. So I guess meetup is going to have members, and then when one creates an event off of meetup, how did we model that in our database though? Let's take a look at that together. How did I model that? Meetup event. Meetup has an ID, location, meetup ID, creator ID, creator. Yeah, because one is going to create an event off of a meetup. So when you create a meetup, then you kind of create an event on some date, blah, blah, blah. Let me just go back there once more. So meetup event, then we have another table, meetup attendees, which is just a junction table, right? We have meetup members, which is another junction table. Yeah. Okay, so that kind of looks fine, right? And that's good, right? Because we can. That's a good thing. How I broke those tables down, right? Because we no longer we will be kind of fetching those things separately. The events, the attendees, the members. So that's actually pretty good. One thing that I already see when it comes to our notification system, that our notification system is gonna because it's a kind of polymorphic system, right? If I go to notifications somewhere, notifications. If we get over here, I guess we have an enum, right? So we can see that eventually we also gonna have a meetup event organized or something like that. We'll see over time, right? But we'll probably want to notify all people who follow maybe some of that category that meetup is created for, maybe in that area, who live in that area. So, you know, if you live in, I don't know, Finland, you live in, I don't know, some town and somebody organizes a meetup there, then you want to get a message that the meetup is organized, right? You want to get a notification in our notification system here, right? Okay, beautiful. Then we're going to need a map as well. And I think, give me 1 second. We do actually already have a co-organizer, exactly. We already, right? Numinex, man, I love you, dude. Thank you so much. Enjoy yourself, man. Thank you for being here almost every time, man. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, but it's not free. It's not free. Free Google Maps API alternative. Yeah, exactly. Shit, exactly. I used this. I used this before. Exactly. I actually used this before. There's a. Yeah. This is, I think, one of the most popular ones. Yeah, right now. I think I used this when I was hiring. I don't know, for some company when I was hiring, I made a challenge for people to use this Google Maps API. This actually Maps API. Let me just go to my backlog. Let me go to meetups. Yeah, I don't want to use Google Maps, right? API. So I want the alternative. And this is an open source JavaScript library for mobile-friendly interactive maps, basically. Yeah. So, you know, when I organize a meetup, you know, I can put an address and then people can click on this thing. Google Maps API, though, of course, would be better. It's just I don't remember if it's actually free anymore. I think at one point they monetized it. You know what? Actually, you know what we're gonna do for the first version? We're not gonna do this at all. What we're actually gonna do, we're gonna provide an input in which a user provides the Google Maps URL. Then we're gonna validate that Google Maps URL. So actually, what the fuck am I even doing? We don't need this, right? Especially not for the first version, right? So when you actually organize an event, when we create a form, right? So when we eventually create a form, probably tomorrow or whatever, when we get to it, you're gonna have, you know, event name, whatever, right? La 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 la, whatever other fields, and then you're gonna have, you know, address or whatever. and then whatever, right? Costa, thank you very much for the follow, man. Appreciate it. So yeah, so I'm actually not going to worry about that at all. So screw that for now. That's irrelevant. So this is not relevant. We can just provide an actual map data, how they do this. Google Maps search. Yeah, I see. Photos, I don't know if we're going to support photos. Maybe we will, maybe we will not. I'm not sure. And then free attend, and then when you click attend, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I see. And now you can see kind of this is public, right? So we're going to have to do the same, right? We don't want to hide those events. So we're going to have to make sure that the meetups feature is kind of public, right? That you can see it. And then, you know, if you want to sign up, you have to sign up in Program Manager. Okay, got it. Give me 1 second. Let me put some music. Only the good die young. Sure. All right. Events, and then we're gonna have a list of events that you organize off of that, off of your meetup, right? So that's great. Okay. Cool. Great. Okay. So we got here. Now we have some description about the meetup, what the meetup is. What else could we have? What the others? So this is the host. Yeah. Screw that. Copenhagen events. Is this the meetup? Yeah. Okay. This is the meetup. Okay. So upcoming events, past events, all right. Related topics. So like tags, right? Similar events. Discussions. What we are about. So this probably should also be maybe a rich text or something. Ina, thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciated. So should we provide, should this be rich text or not is the question. Upcoming events. So those are the scheduled events, right? Organizers, I like that. Yeah, so we have that. 2 others, members, okay. Agreed. Plain text for the first version, absolutely 100% correct. I agree. Yeah. Members, okay. Members of the meetup, sure. Exactly. Agreed. Agreed. Okay, so sure. So let's imagine you get to this thing and join this group. Okay, joined. Okay, so let's smack that button also somewhere, right? So all right, that's super big. Join this group. Would you treat a single recurring event like a weekly meetup? I mean, the thing is, I think those permutations or possibilities are definitely something we should consider. I think in reality, meetups are not happening like that, right? Like, for example, if you go to, let's say, this event, maybe you could say has that, right? But if you go and say, I don't know, JavaScript, right, and you find some event, you'll notice that some event might happen today and then again in a year, right? So it's generally not a recurring event, because you need to find the venue. Every time when you organize those meetups, unless they are remote, virtual, you need to find a place, you need to find a company that's going to host it, pay for the beers and pizzas and whatever, right? So generally, it's not recurring in that. So you can see this bitwise shift operators. What the fuck, right? And then I don't even know. But you can see details. So they have a details, and this is, yeah. So attend online, yeah. So you can kind of see that. So yeah, the event itself, we should provide maybe more free text, whatever, right? So we'll see about that. So let's focus on this one. So you're going to be able to join a meetup, right? Yeah, I mean, again, so when I was organizing the advanced JavaScript meetup in Copenhagen maybe 5 years ago, the hardest thing was finding speakers. So finding a company that wants to host the meetup, super easy. I can always find a place in a city center here. I can find a bunch of companies. The biggest problem is finding a speaker, because you need to find someone who has an interesting subject. Then they have to prepare. Then they have to show up, be part of the meetup, right? So the hardest thing, believe it or not, is finding people actually who want to talk. Because a few times when we organized the meetup, some people just who came, they just sucked, right? They genuinely just sucked. And then when you look at the audience, people kind of lose interest and they no longer want to come to your meetup, because you invite people who, and I don't judge, I think everybody should be talking on the meetups. It's just they should set those things straight up front, because they set some expectations up front and then they show up and they just kind of talk garbage, right? So it's kind of, yeah, it's not easy to organize a meetup, right? Because you need to kind of get the right people, and that's the hard part. So I'm fortunate that I have a very good, very big network of really good engineers. So I'm not genuinely too worried about that. I think I'll be able to find along myself, because I usually speak myself. I think I'll be able to find others as well. I went to an event here in Tania about Fastify. Exactly, man. Exactly, dude. Right? Because again, yeah, the thing is, gaining credibility takes time, and but it takes no time to lose it, right? So that's the problem, right? And when you go and somebody talks crap, you just like, you look. I looked at the audience, and they're all just spinning their eyes, like, oh my god, will you just stop? But that's how it is, right? It's still fun, right? Keep in mind, I mean, at the end of the day, right? Nobody goes to meetups to learn something. People go to meetups to socialize, right? And if you manage to align your expectation to that, I'm sure that you're going to have a great time, right? So the same reason why people go to conferences. Nobody goes to nodejs to listen about JavaScript. Why not? Well, because you can watch that on YouTube 3 days later, right? People do go to conferences because you network, you meet. For example, you know how many times I told you that I met Igor Minar, Ivan Yu, the creator of AngularJS, creator of Vue.js, and that was possible because I was literally at the conference. I would have never. It's not that it means some shit that I met them. Who cares, right? But the point is, it's cool when you go there. You kind of get motivated. You meet all of those kind of super cool guys who are building the tools we're using, right? And really, only thing you need to do is buy the ticket. If you buy the ticket, you're gonna meet them as well, right? Some Twitch streamers have shut up redeemable. So I don't know what that means genuinely. Can you elaborate a bit more? I'm not a typical Twitch streamer. I don't give a shit about Twitch. So if you can kind of elaborate genuinely, I don't know what you mean. I'm not a streamer. I mean, I do this as a hobby. I'm not a, you know. Yeah, let's see. Beautiful. That's great. Musty Free. Good evening, buddy. How are you? Thank you, Leo, man. I love you, dude. How am I? Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just hacking away. Standard stuff. Standard stuff, to be very frank with you. What about yourself? I see. I see. But keep in mind, peers, right? We're building a platform here where people will those events have very little to do with the stream, right? Those are physical events. We're just building a place where you're going to be able to register at the event, and then people can sign up. So those are not necessarily, but event of bad meeting. And I find that sad, right? That type of crap, like drink water and stuff. I mean, I feel kind of bad for those people, right? That's quite that's quite sad, man. That's quite sad, to be very frank with you. You know, almost like clowning to get some followers. Not good. Not good at all. Not good. Like, nah, no, no. That's pretty sad, man. It's like, yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get it sometimes. I don't get that, yeah. Just wait, I'm just playing with this crap a bit. What's sad? All of those things that those streamers are doing, you know, doing push-ups, whatever, for followers and stuff. Who gives a fuck about followers, man? Like, it's us here providing value to you, not vice versa. It's like, oh, I clicked follow. Like, oh my God, wow, you clicked follow. You invested so much of your money and time. It's like, because you followed me. It's like, dude, I mean, you're getting free information for free, right? Something you would pay literally hundreds of euros for consultancy, right? And then someone has to be like, oh my God, you followed me, really? Like, oh, you're so fucking kind. Like, dude, give me a break, man, right? Give me a fucking break. This world has twisted values, man. It's like, It's like people, dancing in the stream and shit like that. If you don't like it, right? If you don't like it, fuck off, right? That's how it is. You like the stream, great, let's have a great time. If you don't, who the fuck cares, man? None of us owe each other anything. I don't owe you anything, and vice versa, right? It's just seeing those people dancing on the streams, spilling themselves with shit and stuff. That's sad, man. That's literally sad, and I feel bad for those people, man. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. All right. Thank you guys for the follows. No, seriously, thank you. Yeah, sure. It's just, I think, if you wanna build an audience of any kind in life, if you wanna have friends, you just gotta be you, man. I think it would be a very tough way that you need to act constantly for the sake of interest, right? That's a very sad job, right? It's a very sad. Okay. Anyway, let me shut the fuck up. Okay, so we have that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. What did I want to do? Oh yeah. Yeah, man, it's really sad. I see a 45 years old guy dancing with his belly on the stream, man. It's like, dude, have some dignity, man. Have some self-respect. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, but that's how it is. That's how it is. You want to sit home and make money by playing video games. That's what it takes, right? That's how it is. So we have this crap. So we want to join the meetup, right? I can't wait to start drinking piss on my stream. It's going to be great. For a follow, drink piss. For a subscriber, I don't know. Stand on my... I don't know. Okay. So now I guess next thing is, I think we're missing that endpoint, right? So join a meetup. No, we're not missing it. Okay, beautiful. So, and what is this? Let's take a look at our Swagger. So let's look at our Swaggerio. I actually never saw TikTok yet in my life, honestly. Literally never. No, actually, I'm lying. I did see TikTok. I think it's a web application here on stream. Some of you sent me. I've never yet seen that app outside of once in the stream. I saw this thing called, I saw Instagram a couple of times. Also, someone sent the links here. But I never in my life had that, nor I will ever have it. So it's one thing that I can tell you, though. One thing that I can tell you is that I'm genuinely scared about all of us. Let me show you one thing, right? So let me show you what's happening to us psychologically, right? So if I go to my YouTube channel, right? Let me show you one thing. Let me show you why those short videos exist. So I'm basically, as you know, a couple of maybe months ago, I created a YouTube channel for this project, right? Hear me out just for 3 minutes. So I created a YouTube channel for this project, right? And I'm recording, in my view, pretty good videos which are, which I share my experience, right? And I think they're valuable. I think I share valuable insights. But there's a problem. If you take a look at those statistics, right? Average view duration of my video is 2.4 minutes. So what does this mean, right? So you can say two things. Hear me out. You can say, Alex, your video fucking sucks. So as people watch it, further they go, less they're interested. Not true, actually. I think that our attention span has gone to the point so low that we can't focus. I mean, don't be fooled. Like, why do those shorts exist? Because people cannot focus on anything for more than 30 seconds or a minute. Like, it's really sad, right? So when I record a video, man, right? And I for those of you who know me, all of my videos are super natural. I have no scripts. I don't cut them. I just literally take my phone, I speak for 20 minutes, and I click stop, and I upload it. So there's nothing in my, so I don't spend time on my videos. So the length of the video, if the video is 20 minutes, that's how much I spent on it, right? The problem is, and why am I not recording them so much, is that nobody watches them, man. Look at this, average view duration, 2 minutes. If I go to some other video, right, like I don't fucking know, right? So it's a huge problem, dude. It's a huge problem because you ask yourself, is like, why the hell am I even, right? So that's why those shorts exist, right? Because none of us can actually focus. It's like, dude, watch a fucking video, man. Like, how hard is it? Well, that's the thing, right? So that's the thing, right? I think so. This is the problem, right? I don't know how to explain it, right? I think that it's pretty sad. I don't know what to say, right? I'm never gonna change my videos. I'm gonna record them the way that I want because, again, if you like it, watch it. If you don't, I don't care. That's just my philosophy, right? But at the end of the day, right, I'm not gonna cut down my videos to the level of a parrot, right? Just so somebody watches them, right? I wrote it in Fastify in nodejs. So that's how it is. So I just wanted to make a point. The reason why those shorts exist is because people can no longer focus more than 2 minutes on anything, right? That's what it is, right? You have to keep in mind, right? The videos that I record are very niche. They're very specialized, right? Okay, so we did this. You're gonna click on that. We're gonna call this fella over here, right? Let me actually, I went to this guy here, right? Totem, yeah, I agree, man. I mean, I agree, which is why I would never do that, right? I 100% agree with you, yeah. I agree with you, and that's quite sad, yes. That's quite sad. Okay, so it's this one. So we have a meetup ID, okay? And what's this called? Meetup ID join, okay? Let's take a look at that. You're absolutely right. That indeed, if you want to play that game, as you said, you have to do that crap, yes. The thing is, you know what's the problem? When you're watching a video, right? When you're talking to a friend, right? When you go out for a coffee, think about it this way. You go out with your friend for a beer, right? You're not expecting your friend to compress, sanitize, and direct his messages for every single second of the things that he says, because the point of you going with your friend isn't just gaining some insights into your discussion, it's also something more human, right? So when you're watching someone that you maybe like watching, it's making sure that you're also kind of appreciating that moment of just listening to someone, right? You know, like this Matteo Collina or Adi Osmani, I could listen to those guys in conferences because I like them. I like their, it's more than just me going there to interpret that information as quickly as possible. Because if I wanted to interpret that information as quickly as possible, I would not listen to them at all, right? I would go to Google and type, how do I do X, right? So the point is like, the sad part of the videos is that the human interaction, human emotion is going away. You click on a video, it's like, get to the fucking point in 10 seconds, right? And you know, the person who is actually delivering the message doesn't seem to be any longer relevant anymore, right? And that's kind of sad, right? But that's how it is. Exactly, 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 right? I think that Fireship is really good. I like that guy. He's kind. I watched an interview with him on YouTube. That guy is good, and I think that he genuinely tries to create good stuff. But I agree that it's very abstract, very, very high level, right? The thing is, right? The thing is the biggest problem with a lot of those people who are creating those courses, right, on YouTube is that some of them have actually have real life experience with some of those technologies, but most of them have no experience with most of those technologies, right? So think about it this way: if I would now quit my job and start, let's say, just recording YouTube videos, right, at one point in time I would start making courses on Haskell, Clojure, whatever, but none of those technologies I've actually professionally worked with, because there's no developer out there that has professional experience with 15 different languages and 13 different databases, right? So the problem is that the quality of those videos, which is most of them on YouTube and Udemy as well, is really, you can narrow it down to them going to documentation and then almost saying the same crap as the documentation does. So because I think there's a vast difference when you learn from someone, when you learn something from someone that actually works with that thing every day at work or whatever, versus someone just going and replicating yet another course, right? So that's why it's problematic when you enroll into some of those Udemy boot camps, right? You can see that the mentor that's presenting there actually never worked with that in reality, right? Which is also why this Fireship guy as well. I mean, he does narrow down some of the points within 100 seconds, but you can see that he actually doesn't provide anything in super insightful that you can't find in the documentation, right? Because unless, as I said many times in this stream, if you haven't used something in production, your your experience or opinion of that is completely irrelevant, right? So if you haven't used something for some time at work and faced the challenges and stuff, then for the most part, your opinion is useless, right? Because what is the worth of it, right? Oh, I read a tutorial. Who cares, right? If you haven't used it in production, you haven't used it. You don't know it, right? Because, give me 1 second. Just true, true, actually. That's a very good point. Silver, actually, I agree. That's a very good point. That's a very good point, man. I agree. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you very much. Very kind. We should probably create a service eventually for this, but for now, get a meetup. Wait a minute. So meetups, create a meetup. Shit. So yeah, let's imagine you do create a meetup. Join this meetup. Yeah, that doesn't actually make. Yeah, actually it does. So this is the meetup. Yeah. Denmark. Denmark. So we'll create a service for this eventually. Let's just thank you everybody. So let's just say join meetup. Leo, see you tomorrow, buddy. Thank you as always. Sleep well, man. Did I not copy the URL? Okay, I did now. All right, cool. Okay, so that's the only thing I did. I see. We'll turn this, we'll prettify this eventually into something, into some service, whatever. We don't care right now at all. What was this? Was this a post? Yeah. So we'll prettify that eventually. We don't care again right now. F-Boy Live, thank you very much, buddy. So that's good. Join meetup. So we're gonna actually call that fella. So we'll actually do that and click, right? So we're gonna do this. Just say join meetup, right? I guess what we wanna do, right, should be fairly simple, right? So here, let's actually wrap this into a template into a fragment, right? And then let's say is joining meetup. We want to show the spinner, right? So we're going to say spinner. Otherwise, we want to do this. So just some conditional rendering there, right? Do we actually have the spinner imported? We do. I'm going to say class name is going to be also with 8, right? Let's actually see if we're hitting this at all. Okay, good. So we are. That's great. It's beautiful. Bad request. We'll see why. We'll see the logs now. We should probably actually structure those logs locally. Object. Okay. Invalid syntax. Okay, sure. That's great. Of course. We're missing a meetup ID, obviously, right? So join this meetup, blah, blah, blah. Where is this crap? And meetup ID, right? So, yeah. Sure. Okay. Let's just create an anonymous Lambda function here. Do we have a meetup ID somewhere in the scope somewhere? We do. Okay, great. Beautiful. Okay, let's actually close this crap here. And now we should actually see that maybe succeeding, right? Yeah, so as you can see, we got 201 from our API. So if we get over here, so we actually did get here and we did create this. If we take a look at our database, if we take a look at this junction table now, which is meetup members, right? Should actually see them here. So I, the user of ID 1, which is me, the logged in user, have joined the meetup of ID 2, right? Yeah. So now I'm not actually sure if I'm doing that now here when we actually get the meetup itself, but let's actually go there. Oops, let's actually go to meetups and we'll, yeah, need to do a bunch of stuff there. But if I actually click on this crap, actually, let me, because I'm using HTML5 history API to move the state. So I've just opened a new tab to not have the state. So now if we fetch this, so actually you can see that I'm doing a join, a left join on the members there. So if we actually go to get meetup somewhere here, yeah, over here you can see that we're doing the organizer is the creator, basically is the organizer, and this is the members of the meetup, right? So that's great. Let me just read the question. Hi there, any way to learn backend? It's something I really struggle with and I don't see a way to learn it, understand what it is that you don't understand. Let me give you a crash course of the APIs, right? Of the web APIs, right? Let me just give you a crash course if you wanna, yeah. Let me give you a crash course and maybe it can help you to learn it easy. So this is client, right? Web browser, a smartwatch, phone, whatever, some client, right? Then we have some server. We call it server, right? Because it serves something. Server, right? It serves something. And server can be many things, right? Now we can talk about HTTP server, right? A server that serves HTTP requests. That's why it's called HTTP server because it serves the requests coming over a protocol that's called HTTP. What is a protocol? Well, protocol is a fancy word for describing how something in the IT communicates. We have an SMTP protocol, simple message transfer protocol for emails, or POP3, or FTP, file transfer protocol. So all of those are simpler rules with some specifications behind them that define how this specification happens on a networking layer, on a higher abstract layer, and stuff like that. In this case, when we talk about the internet, the whole internet is using two protocols, HTTP and gRPC, which is a new protocol, relatively new, and it's irrelevant in this discussion. So your browser sends some HTTP request and says, hey, give me books, right? It sends a request on some string, and then your API, as we call it, HTTP server, says, hey, when some request, HTTP request, comes to /books, execute a function, and that function is gonna do something like any other function does. Like when you click on a button, you call a function. In this case, this function is gonna be triggered when a request on that string comes, when the API receives it, right? Now, many of the dumb frameworks like Express.js, they use regular expressions to match those endpoints. There are various ways. We're not going to get into details there. So your phone, your browser says, hey, some server, give me books. And then if the API has a handler, event handler, basically, if it's listening on something like this, it's going to call some function. And then in that function, you're going to do some other things. So that function now, this one here, is going to call some other services. It's maybe going to call your database. So here from this function, you're going to say, you're going to use some client, some driver, some library that's going to connect to your database and say, hey, DB, do you have books? So it's going to say, hey, DB, do you have the books, right? Shit. How do I move this crap? Yeah. So this guy is going to be like, hey, do you have some books? And database is going to be like, yeah, I have some books, man. And then it's going to return those books to this function. And now this function is going to return those books via that same HTTP protocol, and that's called request and response lifecycle. That's why you're going to usually see them in REC-RES. So request, response, lifecycle. I don't know how you spell that, like this, right? So, and then you're going to return those books to the client, to the front end of some kind. This is draw.io, yeah. So it's going to be like, hey, yeah, database said there's books, take your books, right? Of course, now this same function here that got executed can talk to many other services. I wrote an example here that this function called some other database and asked something, but this function you can call 20 other services from it. Maybe you want to call 10 different databases from it, then aggregate that into that output into something meaningful, right? And then respond. But this is literally how internet works for the most part. I just explained to you how REST APIs work for the most part. You have a client, you have a request response lifecycle, you have some function that gets called when some string matches, and then from that function you decide the business logic you write there is completely optional. You can return nothing, you can print something to your logging system and then respond nothing. So but this is literally how the whole internet works for the most part. You have some browser. We use HTTP still. It's the absolute king as a protocol. Again, like I said, there are many protocols out there. They serve different purposes. You have RPC, you have IPC, HTTP, gRPC, and then other protocols which are not related to this type of communication. Again, FTP, SSH, SMTP, right? There's like hundreds of them. And protocol is just a fancy word for a set of rules on how a certain type of communication does something, right? And That's the backend for you. Now, of course, when you say backend, what is backend? Well, backend is your maybe API, but it's also a database. It's maybe some image processing service, right? All of that is backend. It's maybe you have 10 different databases, right? Here in Programmer Network, we're using 2 only so far, Redis and MySQL, right? But we're gonna eventually add, Neo4j, maybe Elasticsearch, who knows, right? If those requirements ever arise, right? But that's how it works. That's how the internet works, right? And now when you say I'm struggling with backend, you would have to be more specific exactly what you're struggling with, right? But that is what you have to learn, right? That's pretty much it. Yep. That is pretty much it. All right, great. Going back to this crap here. So what do we want? What do we want with this button to happen when I actually do join a meetup? How are those guys doing it? Actually, let me. I don't have Facebook. I don't have that. Can I log in with my Gmail? Maybe. Yeah. What is this meetup? It's unclear. JavaScript, the language. What? JavaScript, the language. Okay. Wow, that's a strange name for a meetup. Is there like a JavaScript, the pie? JavaScript, the pie. Okay, so when you join, you're a member. Okay, I like this. Okay. Costa, I'm from Serbia originally, but I live in Scandinavia past 12 years. I live in Copenhagen with my wife and my lovely kid. You're a member. Okay. Yeah, brate. I figured that. When I read Costa, I knew it. I kind of knew it in 2 seconds when you actually wrote hi today. Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, that's right. So this is a meetup, right? But I don't. I think they're mixing in their interpretation or in their communication, right? You remember? Okay, give me a second. Okay, so here we're gonna have to couple this view now a bit with our Redux toolkit, our Redux store. So we're gonna say const whatever is use selector, right? We're gonna use this hook to hook into the Redux state, and we're gonna say yeah, yes, exactly. And here I'm gonna say data. Shit, is it state out user or state.user.data? Correct? Yes. Costa, likewise, man. Likewise. Again, Irus, right? Genuinely, there isn't more than I shared with you, right? I mean, I have no doubts that you know how to write functions, right? That's really what it is. Someone says, get me something from this string. Something out there on some machine in some data center somewhere listens for requests. Imagine, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Maybe this is going to be better. Give me 2 seconds. Imagine this. You're in a bar, right? This is your desk, right? You're out with your friends drinking beers, right? And you're like, shit, man, I'm not drunk enough, right? This is you, right? Like you're all kind of, this is you, right? This your head, this your hands, this your body, this your legs, and you're like, shit, man, I need a beer. And then you go to the bartender and you're like, hey, bartender, can I have a beer? Can I have a beer? And the guy is like, give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I have beer. Then he goes into some room there. Imagine this room is a database. And there's like, in this database, there are boxes of beer. They might have some beer or they might be empty. So the bartender walks to that room there. There's a door here. He's like, let me check it. Is there something here? Okay. Hey, bro. Actually, here's your beer. Take your beer. You know, got your beer, right? And then this guy is like, amazing. I'm gonna go back to my friends, to my table with my beer, right? And you're happy, right? That's literally how HTTP works, right? This guy might have said 400, or actually 404, no beer found. This guy might have came to you and said, look, dude, I'm sorry, we're out of beer. 404. This guy might have felt here on the door and broke his ankle, 500. Server error. Bartender, you know, he was going down the stairs, he slipped on the stairs, he broke his spine. You're waiting here, you're just waiting, like, where the fuck is this guy, right? Where's this guy, man? I asked the guy to bring me a beer, but I'm waiting now here for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, a minute. Bartender felt here, broke his spine. You got a 500 status code, or 501, whatever, right? This is literally how it is. So whenever you're in doubt of understanding how this works, always think of this analogy, this metaphor, right? You're in a bar, you order something, you wait, right? Exactly. Yeah, so the bartender says here, can I see your ID? And then you're like, fuck you, you can't. And then he is like, you must be under 18, right? Fuck off, or I'll call your parents, right? 400, right? So every status code can be almost explained in such a way where you can relate it to something in real life, right? So this is bad request. 400 is bad request, right? It's like, hey, dude, you're 17, you're 14. What the fuck are you doing? You should be home sleeping, right? Drinking chocolate milk, right? And now, 403, exactly. This could also be 403, right? Forbidden or not allowed, right? Actually, I think Chica, one of my viewers here, he has done something. Let me actually share it with you. I think one of my viewers recently has done something in relation to that. He created my package of extensions. Let me share that with you. Where the fuck is it? I think he did it here. I hope he did it here. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for it now. Shit. Where did he do it? Maybe tools? No. Man, where is it? Chica, are you there? I don't think he's here. But I want to share it with you now. He did it somewhere. Featured. I thought it was maybe. It's open. It's open. It's open for sure. Yeah. Stream. No. Oh. Oh yeah. This is my extension pack. Yes. There you go, Betty. There you go. Shit. But why? And I think I also have a video on that. I think I recorded a video. Give me 2 seconds. Didn't I like record video on that? Like, wait. VS Code or something. Shit, how do I use YouTube? It's so hard. How do I use YouTube, man? Playlist, maybe? Oh, yeah, here it is. Here it is. Jesus Christ, man. Need to be a PhD to find the video. Jesus Christ, dude. Is this how I share it? How do I share it, bro? Copy, okay. There you go. I mean, there's shit tons of videos on the internet on that. Okay, never mind. Dude, thank you for being here all this time, dude. Seriously, thank you so much. And thank you for all your input and help in the stream. Thank you very much, man. Enjoy your project as well. Looking forward to see it at one point as well. And thank you, man. Thank you very much. All right. So let's kind of spend a bit more time on this. So join meetup. Where is this? Pleasure. Let's go to the bot. Let's go to ChatGPT and say, write validate. So check if the user is already in. Just to automate it, because just so I don't waste time, because we're gonna round up also soon, I think. So let's just yeah, exactly. Beautiful. Okay. That's what I needed. What the hell? This is the front end. Okay, let's go to the API. Let's. Jesus Christ. Let's. Okay, so we should get 409 now, I think. Let's try that again. Yeah, user is already enrolled, right? Yeah, okay. Cobbs, my friend. Well, I mean, I think the best way to understand how JSON Web Tokens work is to come here. You don't. If you manage to read this article, I'm sure it's going to be super clear. So I think this is all you need. JSON Web Tokens are a super simple concept, right? And it's really, really incredibly simple, right? Now, the secret with JSON Web Tokens, obviously, is the secret itself, right? So you have this 256-bit secret that you store in a environmental variable somewhere in your servers. So, right, because if you don't, right, then your signature would always be invalid, right? So what's in your JSON Web Token payload is up to you completely, and it's entirely irrelevant. In fact, you obviously want to limit it because, for example, cookies have a limit of how many characters you can store in a cookie header, for instance, right? But in simple words, what you kind of sign in a JSON Web Token is irrelevant. The header is pretty much irrelevant as well. The header is almost like metadata, like which hashing algorithm is used and what the type is. This is generally what you sign. So generally you sign an ID of a user, username, or whatever. But then here's the verification signature, and then this secret itself, right, is something that only your server knows. It's something hopefully super big. So for example, you would have a secret that you would generate that's like this, right? This would be your secret, right? Obviously with special randomized symbols included, right? Because you would need technically, even a supercomputer would take a couple of minutes. Quantum computer, to be more precise, would take a couple of minutes for this, right? And it doesn't exist still properly, right? So there's nothing to worry. As long as you have a string that's like this, that you store in your env and your API uses it, then nobody can bypass that system itself that way, right? So, and then of course you have some other attacks, right? So that's why you should also, when it comes to the front end part, you should be storing some of you have asked me, Alex, which storage should I use when it comes to authentication? Should I use local storage? Should I use cookies? And it's quite simple. You should always use cookies and an HTTP only cookie, right? Anything that you store in local storage, technically, right, is prone to certain attacks. So, for example, cross-site forgery is most commonly, for example, when it comes to cross-site forgery, whatever, most typically, if you store your token in a local storage, any JavaScript that someone can execute on behalf of you can take that token. Why is that different with an HTTP only cookie, you might ask? Because JavaScript cannot access HTTP only cookies. You can see, for example, that when you log into Programmer Network, the JSON Web Token, which is this, is stored on the cookie itself. But if we actually go to application and inspect that cookie, right? So if we go to cookies, you'll notice one very important detail. It's an HTTP only cookie. HTTP only cookie, in simple words, cannot be altered or accessed using JavaScript, which means no scripts. Let's, again, if we take a look at cross-site forgery or whatever, even if they are executed, they can't read this cookie, right? You'll notice here, if I paste this thing, you can see that in Programmer Network, what I'm actually signing when you log in is the ID and the username. So when you log right now, if you have registered already in Programmer.network, when you log in, this is what we actually, this is the cookie, right? I'm not using sessions, I'm using JSON Web Tokens, right? And we're using cookies for that, like I said. There's no such thing as a session in a stateless authentication, right? So you're either using session-based authentication or you're using stateless authentication like JSON Web Tokens, right? Yeah. What else exactly? You mean offline support and stuff? No, I don't. I mean, I don't store anything. No, I don't think that we do. Maybe we use local storage for something? No, I think he's asking like, do we have some kind of semi offline support, right? No, the theme is stored in the database as well. The theme. So when you go to the dashboard and you do like this, that is actually an HTTP request. I don't. You can see if I change the theme, right? So this is persisted, right? So if I change the primary color to red, you can see that we actually do an HTTP call, right? Absolutely not. If your front end would know the secret, then anyone could hack your site in 15 seconds. Costa, it's a good question. I don't know. Not right now, no. I don't think that there's anything fundamentally that's wrong with our country, right? Don't take me wrong. I think that the whole Balkans has a lot to offer, but no, not right now, no. Because my profession, I like it here. I mean, I'm used to Scandinavia. I've been living here more than 1/3 of my life, right? So it would be very difficult for me to get used to living anywhere else. I'm just used to being here, right? I feels like my home, pretty much. And it is, and it is. Okay, what did I want to do? Okay, sure, okay. Thank you everybody for your follows. I'm sorry for not saying this often. It's just we're chatting about a lot of stuff, so it's hard to keep track of all of you guys. So what do I get? I get the user, the whole user, and then we get a meetup that has members. I see. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's write the logic for that then. Shit. So let's say here. Yeah. So let's say here. Const is member. Yeah, man, the Copilot is so good sometimes. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, we actually can't do that, right? Just like what? How do I want it to look? Wait, give me 1 second. Wait a minute, what's happening? So this is member should be set to true if Copilot did well, and it is true indeed. So you see, it's pretty awesome, right? And let's actually do is loading meetup. That's great. Bronzes, good evening, buddy. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Don't watch too much though. The best way to learn is to do yourself. So watch some streamers, get inspired a bit, figure out what everyone is doing, but spend more time doing than watching someone. So you're probably better off not watching me right now, but actually writing some code yourself instead, right? That's how you learn the most. There's no other way to do it. Let me just yeah, let's actually try that. Interesting. Yeah, man, exactly. I'm just laughing at 25 gold. Hey, man, I love your stream. Why are you even why? Uh, Definitely not my intention. As I always, I genuinely want to help. I genuinely want to help. So when people ask me, "Hey, Alex, what's the best way to learn programming?" The best and the only way to learn programming is to actually program. Right? That's how it is, right? And obviously, clicking on this, right, we would want to kind of leave the meetup, right? So I guess we would need to. So actually, instead of doing this, right, what we could kind of do, right, is we could, uh, yes. So actually, instead of doing this, so if you're already enrolled, right, instead of doing this, right, what we can actually do instead, we can actually do this, right? But it's kind of misleading then. So yeah, because this is called join meetup, right? So the question is maybe we should just create another microcontroller that does this because, or we can rename this to toggle meetup, or right. Why would that be better, Dune? Why would that be better? And then this is also glitching a bit, right? Because probably due to some loading state that we're not covering. So he's loading meetup, right? That's fine. And I guess let's just try one thing. And let me just do one thing. So let me just test one thing. Yeah, there. Of course, there's no stupid questions ever. Yeah, so that's the problem, right? Okay. So we kind of need the loading state, user loading state, right? So let's actually do that something like this. So if loading meetup or user, I think I have some user state somewhere. Yeah, but then yeah, wait a minute. So yeah, so if I go to actually to Redux and user, let's go to our RTK store. So if I go to Redux restore user. Yeah, so here I should probably have some states. Hopefully I do. Yeah, I have a user state. Yeah, user loading. Yeah, sure. Jesus Christ. Give me a second. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. So let's do it like this. So this is fine. Let's say here. And now that the glitch should kind of be gone, right? Because now we will never reach this point until the user is as well loaded, right? Yeah, there we go. And we should kind of see that reflected. Where are we printing this? Because we're prematurely printing that here, right? But if we print this fella over here, then that thing should be gone, right? Well, I mean, so the thing is, there's nothing like that, like save requests, right? That's not a bottleneck. You don't optimize things which are not a bottleneck, right? Right. So well, that's kind of the most primitive answer I can give you. But then there are many other answers I can give you to that, right? Let's not get into deep into that discussion, right? Yeah. So let's kind of get rid of that, Let's purify that a bit. So if it's a member, it should say you're a member. All right, let's do another thing. So yeah, let's say I'm a member now. Okay. That's okay. And then we probably need a toggle join meetup. Just let's actually do that maybe now here. So instead of this, I'm just going to say destroy. I believe that's the, yeah. Yeah. Try that like that. So technically now if I click on this button, we should remove, so this should be like a toggle state, right? Join. And yeah, we're not, so reply dot, what was it? Is it send code or something? Status, no. Oh, never mind. We're missing the send. Sorry, my bad. Where is that crap? Yeah, over here. So we're missing basically dot send to terminate that request. Are you planning to sell it? Short answer, no. Long answer, I don't, no. Because for me to sell it, someone would need to buy it, right? And I don't think that anyone would want to buy it. So you're a member. I see, okay. So we need to basically reevaluate this thing, right? Anyway, so oh yeah, exactly. Where is it? So yeah, okay. So let's actually set that in a state, right? So let's instead of this, right? So instead of evaluating this crap in here, right? Let's have a state variable, right? So and that's going to be false for now, and then get meetup, blah blah blah, and then actually shit, I shouldn't have. Give me one moment here. What was the logic for that, right? It was this, okay. Jesus Christ, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then basically when we get a meetup, right, we want to do something like that, right? Right? No, not quite yet, right? Oh shit, sorry, my bad. So this is the data, right? Yeah. Thank you everybody for your follows, guys. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Okay, let's actually print this here quickly. Ah, fuck, my bad, sorry. So this is actually good, so we need that, but we need this same thing here as well, right? Yeah, exactly. So we actually, so that's good. So we need that, that's perfect. And then we also need this, right? And that, it should be good, right? Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, you're a member. Then if we toggle it, okay, it's because, yeah, it's because it's cached, right? So shit. That kind of sucks ass. But yeah, so technically here, right, we would need to, when you join a meetup. Good evening, Gary. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, so the issue here basically is that, yeah, I mean, we can either fetch this, do an extra request, or ensure that this guy, so this join meetup always returns an actual meetup itself, right? Um, I mean, yeah. We could also do optimize it saying if the endpoint has returned 204, yeah. So what we could actually do, right, is something like this, right? Const. And then I guess there has to be some status. I don't actually remember the how Axios exact Axios object. So let's kind of just inspect it together. But we could say, hey, if it's 204, that means that you yeah. So here status 201, right? Beautiful. Status 204, amazing. That's all we need, right? So what we can actually do here, we can say this, right? And then we can say if status is 204, that means that you're no longer enrolled. Exactly. No, that's not correct. It's quite opposite, right? And then I guess we could actually just return. No. Yeah, so it should be in reverse. Yeah, exactly. So this crap should actually be here. And then, so actually, yeah, so this is, I think, pretty much all we need, in fact. Wait. Ah, shit, I didn't actually notice. Okay, so if the status is 204, meaning it was a toggle, we unroll from this meetup, we want to filter out the user from there, and that's cool, right? And then I guess we want to do that, right? So we then want to say, actually, no, what the hell? No need, right? We just say set is member false, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, what the hell, man? Something like that, right? At the end, actually, it was simpler than I thought, right? Right? Let me just refresh. What? And exactly, got it. And then here we have to do it, right? So set is member data.members. And I think the reason why this fails, right, is because at this point, most likely the user is not yet there, right? Let's see. What? Why are we not getting anything? What's happening? Get meetup? And also we need to do one thing. Give me a second. So get meetup. So we're gonna say here is a loading user. Let me just update the music a bit. Give me a second. Interesting. Prisoner. Oh, actually, I have an idea. Yeah, let's go with that. Give me a second. All right. Ah, it's because of fucking caching, man. 100% it's because of caching, yeah. Try that again. Okay, so now we get this. Join meetup, your member. Your member. Yeah, there we go. Okay, great. Okay, good. So that's great. So we have that freaking thing now. Now, yeah. So now you have technically joined, right? So, and then they have this thing and leave group notifications. Yeah. So we're not gonna go that deep. What is this notifications? I see. Interesting. What's my profile? Let me see my profile. Members since 2014. Attended 19 events. Groups. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Just kind of figure out. Let me get some water. One sec. So you came to meetup page, you like it, you become a member, you read a bit about it, then there's going to be some events, but this is kind of a homepage of a single meetup, right? Copenhagen JS. Let me go about for it recently joined past events. Okay, so past events, that's interesting. Members. Oh yeah, members. I see. So that's what we should show as well. Okay. So let's kind of do that. And actually, we do have the members already. That's amazing. So let's do it. If we go to the front end somewhere, right? Let's create here a folder called components. And then let's create another folder called members. Members. Let's say index.jsx and members.jsx. Do that, right? And then here we're going to say export const meetup members or whatever. We're going to get a list of members, right? And we're going to loop through those members, right? So it's going to be a return. I don't know, UL maybe, right? Yeah, yeah, something like that, right? Amazing. Okay. Let's go back here. Where do we want to show it? Lucky, thank you very much, buddy. Thank you very much. I guess we want to show it somewhere around this button, right? Maybe on top of it, right? Where is this join? Yeah, here, right? Let's say here, section, and let's see, no. Let's just say meetup members, right? And then we say members, and then we say meetup.members. Okay, so we did render something for sure. Let's go in there and let's print those members. Let's see what we're actually getting, what we're passing there to be more precise. So members is an array indeed. There's an ID and a username for now. Okay, beautiful. So if we go to the front end again, so it should be username. Then we should use a nav link here so you can actually go to those users, right? So what we're going to actually do is, yeah, so we're going to say nav. a link from the React router, right? To exactly, beautiful. Now, if I click on that user, yeah. And it's not users, it's just username, right? So we'll probably need to do something in the API now. Okay, so that should take me there. If I actually go to my API and we go to get meetups right over here, so let's actually find that schema for that, right? Meetup response schema, right? And here for the actual creator members, right? Let's include the first name as well and last name as well, right? Thank you very much, everybody, for the follows. Very much appreciated. And then, yeah. So over here now, technically now, this endpoint should be getting us the actual first name and last name. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, as you can see, we have the first name and last name. So now here in the front end, we can also do this. And then we're going to do this. So we're going to say, going to use a first name, last name. And yeah, let's just do it like this for now. We don't have a design for that yet. How do they have the members? They have them like this, right? Okay. Meta, thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. Okay, and here let's wrap this fella in an actual section or something like that, right? And here we can say H3 or whatever, let's call it members. Again, we don't have the looks of it yet. We're just building the functionality now. Yeah. If I go to Tailwind UI, I bought this crap literally years ago. I never used it for anything. Do they have, and I always keep asking the same thing, do they have some component that we can use so we don't need to build it ourselves? But I don't think so. Drop downs, buttons, nav bars, pagination. What else? Stacked grid. Side remote. No, shit. Tailwind member list or something. I'll never be famous. I don't want to be famous. I refuse to be famous. And I will never forget you, man. Don't be silly. If I become famous, I'll stop streaming because then it's gonna feel like a job, and I don't want it to be a job. I already have a job. I want this to be something relaxing. Oh, Tailwind elements, interesting. Okay. Ah, fuck that. Okay. Tailwind, yeah, I don't fucking know, man. Exactly. Okay, and the avatar would be nice as well, right? But we already do have the avatar. So if I actually go ahead in my local host and I actually do upload some avatar, right? So I say, hey, okay. So if we do actually go ahead and, oh shit, okay. So go to desktop, upload. So now technically if we go, again, we didn't put that link anywhere. If I come here and do this, fucking caching, man. Why am I caching that? It's so annoying. Yeah, so members, shit, what happened there? Ah, never mind. So here's the avatar, right? So we do have the avatar now, right? So let's use it, right? So navlink, right? Blah blah blah. So I think I have my own avatar component, right? I don't actually remember what does it take. Source, alt, and attribute. Okay, so we're gonna say src here, and we're gonna say yeah, avatar. So what is it? Avatar, right? Yeah. Okay, great. Let's say the size of that, it's some integer, right? So let's say, I don't know, 26 pixels or some shit like that. Yeah, that's too small. Doesn't matter. Let's say 42 pixels. Yeah. Uh, yeah, so they're only showing avatars. We can only show avatars as well. I don't actually know, man. We can actually say here alt is that thing pretty much. Right. That's obviously too big, but who cares? We're just going to try. So yeah, so right now there's only one guy enrolled, right? If I actually go ahead and log out and log in with another account, just so we have it for testing, if I go to, then I go to meetups again, we go to this one, I join this meetup as well. Now I don't have an avatar. Did I actually manage to join? What happens? Let me go to the back end. Give me a second. Meetup members. So there are 2 of them. Okay. Strange. I think there's an issue with the caching, most likely. Yeah, there is, but we'll fix that. Thank you very much for the follow, Piers. Okay, good, good, good. So there are 2 avatars now. Beautiful. Okay, so just so I have the 2 users to test with, right? So I'm gonna go and beautiful. Dorioku, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. All right, beautiful. So if I zoom into Oblivion here, just so we can see this part better, we should also use Storybook, right, to build this, but it's okay. I'm not gonna open Storybook now because we're gonna round up soon anyway. But either way, yeah. I think it's great that you're making social platform. I mean, I've noticed a few other social platforms being well. Do you think it's the future? There's I don't honestly know, right? I think that there's definitely space to build. There's space for many platforms out there. I think there's definitely space for various different types of things out there. You always can find certain people that align with your values, right? And I think that social platforms are like communities, right? You're always going to find people that, for some reason, align with some of your values, and some people that don't, right? And I don't think that it's necessarily bad that there are many of them because, I mean, right? It's not that I don't know. It's hard to tell, but now how they gonna share? I don't think that. I think the better question is anyone ever gonna write posts anymore, right? I think the better question here is are people still writing posts, right? And most people don't, right? So I think that the hardest thing about social platform, the easiest thing about social platform is building one. The hardest thing about social platform is actually getting the community, getting people to write content, right? Because social platform or any platform without content is useless, right? Because what classifies a platform as good is its content and people around it, right? So it's hard to say, really. Yeah, this fucking caching is broken. I'm gonna literally just gonna get rid of that. Where is that? Just gonna get rid of that. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, so we'll need to make this group like this thing look like this. then there's going to be organizers like this. So we're going to do something similar, right? So there's members and organizers, right? So let's actually just actually, yeah, there are kind of already here, right? So I see. So the thing is, right? So the thing is, maybe, right? The biggest problem with any ideas like those, right? Because throughout my 15, 16 years long career already, right now, I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh my God, this doesn't exist. Nobody ever thought about this." Blah blah blah, right? But that's in 99% cases wrong because someone did actually think about it, right? So the case that you kind of shared is incredibly complex, which is why I think that less likely is needed, right? Again, I mean, most people never wrote a single blog post in their lives, right? Probably like 99.9%, right? Organizers, members, exactly, yeah. So we're not going to be dealing much with looks now. We don't know how we want this to look like, but we'll see about that tomorrow. Yeah, actually, we can do. So we'll see. We'll continue with this tomorrow. We'll continue with this tomorrow. I think how long I've been streaming for 3 hours. It's indeed incredibly hard. It's definitely okay. But before I leave, any other questions, especially by the new people who joined the stream? Any other questions? Anything you guys want to discuss before I head off? But I agree, 25 gold. The opportunities are. I mean, there are opportunities, but it's indeed harder and harder to find something that the community needs. But that's how it is. That's how it is. I'm just gonna wait for a minute more to see if there's any other questions or anything, and then I'm gonna head off. Clusterman, likewise, dude. Please make sure to turn that notification bell on or whatever on Twitch so you know when I'm streaming. Then welcome anytime, man. Is that a barcode? Oh my god, yes he is. Well, guys, thank you very much. Thank you for sticking with me the whole night. I wish you guys a great evening. Please follow this stream if you can. If you haven't already, join on our website, join our Discord. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. What else is to say? I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Be well. You came back. And yeah. All right, guys. There you go. I gotta go. I want to see if my wife is still awake, and I want to give her a hug. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye.